It looks amazing and it smells unreal.
How the hell did those words do it?
You're gonna have to go away.
Welcome to Whisky And BBQ. It's not recording. Fall off the bone, amazing. Cheers. Hi, welcome to Whisky And BBQ. I'm Ryan, that's Evan,
It's morning.
and those are pork ribs. We're gonna do St. Louis style pork ribs. We do them on a kettle. I'm gonna try doing a crown technique. With pork ribs, specifically St. Louis style pork ribs. What that means is it's a specific cut of the ribs. You have the top, that's your baby backs, there's more of a curve to it, where the pork loin and everything else is. The next section down of the ribs is the St. Louis style. That's where the bones are straighter, a little bit higher fat content.
I never knew that.
A lot of people think it's just a different way of cutting them. It's actually a different part of the rib.
So you're pulling off stuff.
So what this is what's called the flat meat. So have you ever had pork carnitas where it's that weird kind of almost like pork flank steak?
Yep. So it's good for tacos.
Yep.
Okay.
It's also great for if you're cooking a bunch of ribs and you want like lunch. Silver skin. Silver skin's a thing. This membrane on the back has to come off. Easiest way to do it, take a knife and go down one of the ribs. Hopefully a camera can see that, because apparently I've been doing very poorly recently about doing things on camera. Apparently I'll hold it up for the camera to see, and I'll hit it right in between the two cameras that are here. And
We have the chimney going on a dual snake in the 22-inch Weber today.
once you make your first cut and you get the membrane to pull back a little bit, take a paper towel, grab it, and slowly pull it off. The reason that you take this off is whenever this cooks, it just gets tough. So have you ever had ribs that had like that, like just some kind of almost leather gristly kind of part on the back that you just couldn't bite through and chew through to save your life?
That's it.
That's it. And some people say, oh, well, it cooks down, it renders down. Nah, homie.
I'd say, as my friend Ryan says, nah, homie.
So once you get a good start, get your paper towel, reach behind it, and just pull it down. And then it's off.
And that last little part down there.
I'm getting to it.
I'm just curious. I'm not judging.
Yeah, it's true. You can't judge. You haven't knocked on my door in a while.
Keep them coming.
Like that one?
Yeah.
I've been saving that one.
I've been wondering.
There's a very, very, very important thing that I forgot to tell you about taking the membrane off the ribs. The ribs need to be cold. Straight out of the fridge, cold. The connective tissue, whenever it's cold, separates easier. If you try to do this when they're warm and they've been sitting out on the counter for a little while, you're going to have a bad day. And you're going to get annoyed and angry, and you're going to give up. For all my barbecue buddies that have cooked with me more than once or twice, you know that I make my own seasoning rub. It's a pretty simple, basic rub. Cooper's Old Time, this pit barbecue, this rub that they use, it's pretty
Smells
good.
exactly like yours.
It just says salt and spices. It doesn't tell me what's in it.
There is MSG in there.
There is?
No added MSG. There's not any MSG in there.
I might have read the side of it before I made my little smart-ass comment. So whenever you're doing ribs, you're going to season backside first. Kind of a nice coat. Nothing really crazy. We got the membrane off, we got them seasoned up. We're just gonna let them sit for 10-15 minutes. Let the salt start pulling some of the moisture out of it. The moisture, as it's coming out, is just breaking on the salt, starts getting water content on the surface of the ribs, makes it to where your bark forms up easier.
Bark, seasoning, blah, 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 blah. Science is gonna happen.
Whenever you're doing this, you want to keep an eye in mind where your flat meat is, because the flat meat needs to go toward the bottom whenever we're cooking this. Start from the outside and just kind of roll it up and run a skewer through it. So now you have a pretty little crown that's going to go on the grill. It should work. I've never done this before. I'm experimenting and playing today. I don't want it super tight because I want smoke to be able to get in between things. Because if it stays, like, see how much that overlap is? If it stays really tight together, then that part will never get smoke into it. Look! Meat rolls! Alright, so we have a pseudo dual snake setup. We're going to place these to where the overlap is where the snake will burn under. We have 3 slabs of St. Louis style ribs on a Weber kettle. If this works, I can sell the big pit. Oh, the other advantage of the dual snake method, you never have to move the lid. Because the smoke does this, and then it... We will see you back in 2 hours. This has been going for about 2.5 hours. Starting to get some amazing color on these. We're gonna take these and lift them up. We're gonna put them inside of a pan. We're gonna hope we can get everything to fit. There we go. Everybody's in there. We're gonna put some of our sauce on it. This is my normal pork sauce, 3 parts honey, 1 part hot sauce. Just put it right on the crown. Let's let it drizzle down. We're gonna let these go for about another 30-45 minutes. We're gonna come back, check, and put more sauce on them. Once we get the color where we really want it, I'm gonna put some foil on top of it, kind of tent and catch some of that moisture so they don't dry out. Oh, these are looking amazing. They're probing super, super tender. These are just gonna be fall off the bone amazing. So as you're cooking these, you're gonna have all of the sauce is gonna get down to the bottom. It's gonna reduce down, it's gonna get nice and caramely. Don't be afraid of scooping that out and using that to get these just nice and glazed and perfect. We have a grill over there that's off, but it helps keep flies away. Hi, how are you? Welcome to Whisky And BBQ. It's not recording. So these are good, these are probe tender, these are amazing. So we're gonna pull them off and we'll let them rest, because if you cut them right now, all the meat and everything's just gonna fall off the bone. These smoked for a total about 5 hours. We didn't wrap them. They have a different texture than ribs normally do. It's not like mushy. You'll see in a second.
Okay. So this is the first time that you've wrapped them up.
Yep, never done this before.
A crown method. It looks amazing and it smells unreal.
Oh, all right, good. Look at the smoke ring. I'm a good cook.
Yeah, you are. You're a very good cook. Considering I got to put you on a flight in 3 hours, you still haven't packed for them, this is pretty good. Remember to burn and learn.
Like this. First time I ever did it. Don't be feared.
Share with friends.
Until next time, cheers.